Have you ever wondered how much money it takes to make a Hollywood blockbuster? It turns out, the cost can be astronomical. Some of the most expensive movie sets ever made were created for big-budget films, and filmmakers had to pull out all the stops to ensure their production was top-notch. From grandiose palace interiors to extravagant alien landscapes, these movie sets are jaw-droppingly impressive and costly. In this video, we're going to take a look at the most expensive movie sets ever made. These movies cost millions of dollars to make and required some really intricate set design work. Top 10 most expensive movie sets ever made. 1. Matrix Reloaded. The Matrix Reloaded is a 2003 American science fiction film written and directed by the Wachowskis. It is the sequel to The Matrix, and the second installment in the Matrix trilogy. The film was produced by Joel Silver, and stars Keanu Reeves, Carrie-Anne Moss, Lawrence Fishburne, Hugo Weaving, and Jada Pinkett Smith. The Matrix Reloaded grossed over $742 million worldwide, becoming the highest-grossing R-rated film of all time, surpassing Jurassic Park, as well as the seventh highest-grossing film of 2003. It was generally well received by critics upon release. Many praised its dense plotline, visual effects, fight choreography, acting, and soundtrack. Others criticized it for its significantly greater focus on action than its predecessor. Some believe that its launch signals a new era in products ranging from movies to video games. The most expensive movie set ever made at the time of its release was used in this film. The estimated cost of production was $302 million. The Matrix Reloaded is one of my favorite films of all time, and I was lucky enough to see it in theaters when it first came out. I remember being blown away by the visuals and the action sequences. It is still one of the most visually impressive films I have ever seen. I also love the soundtrack. It is one of my favorite soundtracks of all time. This film is a must-see for any fan of action movies or science fiction movies. 2. The Chronicles of Narnia. The Chronicles of Narnia, The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe is a 2005 British-American high fantasy film directed by Andrew Adamson and based on The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe, the first published and second chronological novel in C.S. Lewis's children's epic fantasy series, The Chronicles of Narnia. It was co-produced by Walden Media and Walt Disney Pictures and stars Georgie Henley, Skander Keynes, William Moseley, Anna Popplewell, Tilda Swinton, James McAvoy, Daniel Craig, Jim Broadbent, and Ray Winston. Production took place in New Zealand from June 2004 to December 2005. The film was released on December 9, 2005 in both the United States and the United Kingdom. The film was nominated for 4 Academy Awards, including Best Makeup, 3 BAFTAs, including Best Special Visual Effects, 2 Critics' Choice Awards, including Best Family Film, a Saturn Award, 4 Best Fantasy Film, and a Hugo Award, 4 Best Dramatic Presentation Long Form. It won 1 Academy Award for Best Makeup. The film grossed over $745 million worldwide, becoming the 6th highest-grossing film of all time at that point, as well as being the highest-grossing non-James Cameron film until Avatar surpassed it in 2010. In 2019 it ranked 29th on its 10th anniversary release. As of 2021 it is now 95th on its 15-year anniversary release. Although set during World War II, the film does not focus on the war but instead on J.R.R. Tolkien's Middle-earth legendarium with connections to English history as well as Greek mythology and Christianity. English actors Ian McKellen, Christopher Lee, Hugo Weaving, Miranda Otto narrate key sections of the text not spoken by any of the characters within it. These sections serve as transitions between major scenes or groups of scenes. The $180 million production budget makes it one of the most expensive films ever made at that time, tied with Spider-Man 2, 2004, which also had a $180 million production budget. 3. The Dark Knight Rises. The Batman franchise has been one of the most popular and lucrative in movie history, and the most recent installment, The Dark Knight Rises, was no exception. With a budget of over $250 million, it was one of the most expensive movies ever made. Most of the cost went into building massive sets, including a full-scale replica of Gotham City. The set was so large that it took up an entire city block in New York. Other costly sets included a prison and an underground lair. In addition to the sets, the movie's special effects were also pricey. The Dark Knight Rises featured some of the most impressive action sequences ever put on film, and all of them required extensive planning and costly effects work. As a result, The Dark Knight Rises is not only one of the most popular movies ever made, but also one of the most expensive. 4. Avatar. Avatar is a 2009 American epic science fiction film directed, written, produced, and co-edited by James Cameron, and stars Sam Worthington, Zoe Saldana, Stephen Lang, Michelle Rodriguez, and Sigourney Weaver. The The film is set in the mid-22nd century, when humans are colonizing Pandora, a lush habitable moon of a gas giant in the Alpha Centauri star system, in order to mine the mineral unobtainium, a room-temperature superconductor. The expansion of the mining colony threatens the continued existence of a local tribe of Na6, a humanoid species indigenous to Pandora. The film's title refers to a genetically engineered Na6 body operated from the mind of a remotely located human that is used to interact with the natives of Pandora. The film became the first to gross over $2 billion worldwide. It is currently the fourth highest grossing film of all time with a total unadjusted worldwide gross of $2.78 billion. Avatar was nominated for 9 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, winning 3, and for 3 Golden Globe Awards, winning 2, including Best Motion Picture, Drama. It won 4 Saturn Awards, including Best Science Fiction Film. Avatar ended 2010 as the highest-grossing film in North America as well as worldwide. It is currently the second highest-grossing film in North America and worldwide, behind Titanic's unadjusted $2.19 billion worldwide total, and remains the highest-grossing science fiction film ever released, surpassing Star Wars' then-record unadjusted domestic gross of $460 million. 5. Waterworld. In 1995, Waterworld became the most expensive movie ever made, with a price tag of $175 million. The ambitious post-apocalyptic film was set in a world where the polar ice caps have melted and the oceans have risen to cover the planet. To bring this vision to life, director Kevin Reynolds built an enormous floating set that included an artificial island, a full-scale replica of a sailing ship, and a huge wall of water that could be released on cue. The film was plagued by problems from the start, including bad weather, production delays, and cost overruns. As a result, Waterworld was widely considered to be a box office bomb, though it eventually turned a profit thanks to strong home video sales. Nevertheless, the film remains an interesting reminder of the hurdles that can be faced when attempting to bring an ambitious vision to the big screen. 6. Titanic. The Titanic is one of the most famous movies of all time. The story of the shipwreck touched the hearts of people around the world, and the movie won 11 Oscars. While the movie was a huge success, it also had a very big budget. In today's dollars, the cost of making the Titanic would be close to $200 million. A large portion of this cost went into building the set for the movie. The set included a full-scale replica of the Titanic, which was built in a tank in Mexico. In total, the set cost $12 million to build, which is equivalent to $75 million today. This makes it the most expensive movie set ever made. Despite its high cost, the Titanic was a box office success and is still loved by people today. 7. Pirates of the Caribbean. In 2003, Disney set a new standard for movie sets with the release of Pirates of the Caribbean: The Curse of the Black Pearl. The film, which starred Johnny Depp as the eccentric pirate captain Jack Sparrow, cost an estimated $140 million to make. Most of this money went into building the massive sets used in the film, which included a life-size replica of a 17th-century Spanish fort and an entire pirate town complete with houses, taverns, and shops. The level of detail in these sets was unprecedented, and they helped to create an immersive experience that was unlike anything that had been seen before. Thanks to the success of Pirates of the Caribbean, movie sets have become increasingly elaborate, and today there are few limits on what filmmakers can achieve. 8. Ben-Hur. The 1959 film Ben-Hur was one of the most ambitious and expensive productions in Hollywood history. The film tells the story of a Jewish prince who is betrayed and sold into slavery by a Roman friend. After years of toil, he returns to Judea seeking revenge. The movie was shot on location in Rome and Morocco, and featured an epic chariot race that required the construction of a massive arena. In all, over 15,000 extras were used during the filming of Ben-Hur. The movie went on to win 11 Academy Awards, including Best Picture, and was nominated for another 7. Adjusted for inflation, Ben-Hur remains one of the most costly films ever made. 9. Hello, Dolly. The movie set for the 1967 classic film, Hello, Dolly, was the most expensive movie set ever built at the time, costing an estimated $6 million. The set was designed to resemble a turn-of-the-century New York City street, complete with period-appropriate storefronts, gas lamps, and horse-drawn carriages. Despite its massive price tag, the set was only used for a handful of scenes in the film. However, it made an indelible impression on audiences and remains one of the most iconic sets in cinema history. Today, the Hello, Dolly movie set is housed at the Smithsonian Institution's National Museum of American History, where it is open for public viewing. 10. Cleopatra. The 1963 blockbuster film Cleopatra is widely considered to be one of the most expensive movies ever made. The epic historical drama, which starred Elizabeth Taylor and Richard Burton, was plagued by production delays and cost overruns, eventually ballooning to a budget of approximately $44 million, adjusted for inflation. However, the movie was a box office smash, grossing over $267 million worldwide and cementing its place in Hollywood history. In addition to its financial success, Cleopatra also received critical acclaim, winning 4 Academy Awards, including Best Picture. While the movie's lavish sets and costumes are often cited as one of the main reasons for its high cost, Cleopatra also benefited from some of the most advanced special effects of its time. Today, the film's legacy continues to fascinate moviegoers, making it one of the most iconic and enduring films of all time. Whether it's for a movie set, an advertising campaign, or just to show off your wealth, people have always been drawn to extravagance and opulence. While some of these sets may no longer be the most expensive ever made, they are still amazing examples of what can be done with enough money and creativity. What do you think of these extravagant sets? Let us know in the comments section below. Thanks for watching.